Welcome to Lunch Break at the Ann Arbor News, where we analyze the day's news and go behind the scenes with one of the reporters who covered one of today's top stories. I'm Stefanie Murray, and I'm joined today by Ann Arbor News reporter Art Aisner. Art is here to discuss a story in today's Ann Arbor News about Matthew Kent E., who pleaded guilty earlier this week to 13 counts of identity theft, following what police said was the largest local identity theft investigation in recent memory. Now, in exchange for a charge of operating a criminal enterprise being dismissed, E has agreed to tell police how he did it. So, Art, tell us how this investigation has been going on for years. What led police to E, and does he have a criminal history, a prior criminal history?
Police have not been able to find any prior criminal history to him, and they were able to get to him by isolating the apartment complexes where a lot of the fraudulent credit cards were being sent. And he happened to live in both of those complexes over time.
So what do police think that he did with all of the money that he illegally obtained?
Well, they're still unsure. By no means was he living lavishly, and they think that he was able to stash a lot of the money in money market accounts or stock investments, things like that. But they're still trying to tally how much he may be responsible for.
So he wasn't buying really expensive cars or had a fancy house or anything?
Nope, no, that's right. There was he went out of his way, it seemed, to keep under the radar by especially not living lavishly or extravagantly.
So did he have a job, or was this his job? Is this what he did?
Well, apparently police are saying that this was his only source of income for at least possibly up to 10 years.
Okay. And so we know the defense attorney said that in exchange for that charge being dropped, that he will now tell the police how he did this for so long. What kind of information are they expecting or hoping to get out of him?
Yeah, this is something that they say they're really looking forward to because they have been on the trail since 2004, and they're still not, or they're not sure how he was able to obtain so many fraudulent identities.
Is there any early indication of how he might have done that?
They're keeping that close to the vest right now.
Okay.
They're not saying much about that, but that should be coming out now that he's agreed to plead guilty and will be sentenced sometime next month.
Okay. So we know that there are several victims. Have they been notified? Do these people know that their identity was stolen by this man?
Yes, the victims who they have been able to identify were aware, and in fact they were the ones who initially reported the identity thefts to the authorities, to their financial institutions, which then led to the investigators. But they have records of hundreds more that they're still sifting through and trying to determine if he was involved in defrauding them.
So are these local people?
The ones that they've identified are not local people. They're from all across the country, and they range in age, sexes, ethnic origin, all of that.
Okay, so we'll be following the story, and coming up next, he'll be sentenced, correct?
He'll be sentenced sometime in late January, it looks like, and as long as he cooperates with police, it should be the case should be wrapped up.
Okay. Well, thanks, Art, for joining us today, and thank you for joining us during lunch break from the newsroom of the Ann Arbor News. I'm Stefanie Murray.